is KCAL News, Los Angeles.
Still ahead here at 5, they call themselves Foos in Medicine, how they're connecting and inspiring future Latino doctors using social media. Finding a Latino doctor can be tough. Just 5% of California's doctors are in fact Latino, and not many of those doctors speak Spanish.
Now, 2 UCLA medical students are on a mission to change these troubling numbers and are also doing it through the power of social media. In celebration of Hispanic Heritage Month, KCAL's Joy Benedict has the story.
It's a message that's become a movement, as Irvin Garcia and Alexis Aleman are hitting the books on social media.
So that I can achieve my dream of becoming a doctor.
On Instagram, they are the Foos in Medicine. In real life, they are third-year med school students at UCLA.
I just started kind of like jokingly like recording him on my own Instagram, and I was like, oh, check out this fool in medicine. Like, look at him, this fool studying, like he's super studious.
To show that people like us can be here, you know, like, and if we can, anyone else can.
In just more than a year, their page has surpassed 60,000 followers rooting for their success.
And people being like, wow, like I've never seen a medical student who's Latino or who looks like me. Like, this is really inspiring to me.
It's a story these 2 young men know well.
I grew up in South LA, South Central.
Aleman has lived in LA his entire life, visiting hospitals frequently because his 2 younger brothers were born with a blood disorder. But it wasn't until a counselor at Cal State Northridge told him he could be pre-med that he realized his own dream.
When I was in college, I knew I wanted to be in healthcare somehow. I just never thought I could be a doctor. I never saw a Latino doctor growing up.
Garcia barely saw a doctor as a child at all.
My parents don't have a primary care provider. Like, I don't think I've ever walked into a clinic to see a doctor with them in my entire life.
Garcia is undocumented. His parents brought him to America from Mexico when he was just 2 years old. He spent his childhood working alongside them in agriculture, and when he found out he wasn't a citizen his freshman year in high school, he almost dropped out.
Knowing that what being undocumented meant kind of like shut down my dreams of going to college and everything.
Then DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, was announced, and he started dreaming once again.
It gave me hope, and I just came back to school and I tried even harder and like got really good grades. Went to college.
From college to medical school, where these 2 young men realized just how much they have in common. Both are first-generation college grads trying to break into a field reserved for the best of the best.
It's a really, really hard path, like even for anyone. At our school, there's like, I don't know, like 17,000 applications for like 175 spots. So it's like really, really, really extremely competitive.
But it's not just social media cheering them on.
We need more programs to target the Hispanic, especially first-generation Hispanic students, Latino students, to be able to understand how important it is for academic preparation and what classes to take.
Dr. Elena Rios is the president of the National Hispanic Medical Association.
We don't have very many Hispanic or Spanish-speaking doctors, nurses, dentists. We only have about 5% of Hispanic doctors in the whole country.
Which is startling, considering almost 19% of the nation's population identifies as being Hispanic. She says the lack of Latino doctors directly affects the care in the Latino communities.
Because they trust them, that they would understand a little bit more about what they're going through, because they come from the same background.
Something these 2 already understand because of what their parents experience.
Her telling me, like, you know, it would have meant the world if someone could explain to me what was going on in Spanish.
But that's why they are both working so hard now to be an eye surgeon, an ER doctor, and for Garcia, a U.S. citizen.
My dad always says, like, I came here, you know, para darte la vida que yo nunca tuve, which means to give you the life I never had.
A dream worth documenting online, as they hope those watching can see what's possible in their lives too. Joy Benedict, KCAL News.